What if luck wasn't just a random twist of fate, but a skill you could master? Welcome to Psychology for People in a Hurry. Today, we're unlocking the secrets to designing your own good fortune. It's time to stop waiting for opportunity and start creating it. Let's dive in. Let's settle an age-old debate: success, talent, or luck. While most of us are taught that hard work and ability are the keys to success, a fascinating study suggests that luck might play a bigger role than we think. Let's unpack what this means and why it matters. Picture this: a virtual world filled with 1,000 individuals, each starting with the same amount of capital and a score representing their abilities, things like intelligence, effort, and education. But here's where it gets interesting. Random events, symbolized by green and red dots, enter the mix. Hit a green, a lucky break, and your capital doubles. Land on a red, bad luck, and it's cut in half. These events play out over 80 rounds, simulating a 40-year career. The result? The wealthiest individuals weren't the smartest or most talented. In fact, their ability scores were slightly above average, nothing extraordinary. Meanwhile, some of the most talented people ended up with almost nothing. Why? Because the timing and frequency of those green dots of luck made all the difference. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean luck is everything. Here's the nuance. Luck favors the prepared. The people with above-average abilities were better positioned to take advantage of their opportunities when they came. That's the real takeaway. It's not just about getting a lucky break. It's about being ready to turn that break into something extraordinary. Think about stories like the creation of Post-it notes. A researcher at 3M set out to create a super strong adhesive and accidentally invented a weak, tacky one. What could have been a failure became an iconic product because someone saw its potential. Or the glass coating that wasn't selling, until an offhand conversation led to its use in solar panels, transforming an entire industry. These aren't just lucky accidents, they're moments of serendipity seized by people with the right mindset. So, here's the big idea. Luck isn't magic. It's a skill. It's about being open to possibilities, spotting opportunities in the unexpected, and having the courage to act on them. And coming up next, we'll dive into practical ways to develop your own serendipity mindset. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Let's talk about this. Luck isn't just something that happens, it's something you can create. That's right, luck, the thing we usually think of as random and uncontrollable, can actually be cultivated. How? It starts with a shift in mindset and a few practical strategies. Here's a fascinating example. 2 Princeton chemistry professors published a study in Science where they abandoned the usual, targeted experiment approach. Instead, they mixed chemicals that had never interacted before, just to see what would happen. The result? They stumbled upon entirely new reactions, including breakthroughs in drug development. The lesson? Serendipity works within probabilities. The more interactions, whether they're between chemicals, ideas, or people, you create, the more opportunities you have to discover something extraordinary. And this isn't just confined to labs. It's the same principle driving events like the Web Summit, one of the largest tech conferences in the world. They don't leave chance meetings up to, well, chance. Instead, they use algorithms to match attendees, analyze profiles for collaboration opportunities, and even guide people from quieter areas into busier ones to spark conversations. They're engineering luck. But you don't need cutting-edge tech or a big budget to cultivate serendipity. Chances are you've experienced it yourself. Maybe you overheard someone mention a project that sounded intriguing, followed up on it, and suddenly found yourself with a new opportunity. The difference between people who seem lucky and those who don't? The lucky ones are paying attention. They're curious, open, and ready to connect the dots. Psychologist Richard Wiseman found that lucky people share some key traits. They're outgoing, creative, and great at building trust. They engage with others confidently, maintain eye contact, and invest in relationships that generate opportunities. They're not waiting for luck to knock, they're inviting it in. So how can you do the same? Start with the basics. Forget boring introductions. Instead of leading with your job title, share something more engaging, maybe a challenge you're working on or why you're passionate about what you do. It invites curiosity and real conversation. Then, ask better questions. Instead of the standard, "What do you do?" try, "What's been inspiring you lately?" or "What's a hobby you're passionate about?" These questions open doors to unexpected connections. And here's a big one. Think about how you can help others. If someone mentions a challenge they're facing and you know someone who can help, make the introduction. It's a small gesture that builds goodwill, and those connections often pay off in ways you never expected. One of my favorite examples of this mindset comes from the 2010 volcanic ash cloud that grounded flights across Europe. While most travelers were frustrated and stranded, an entrepreneur named Nathaniel saw an opportunity. In just 36 hours, he organized a TEDx event called TEDx Volcano, gathering stranded influencers to share ideas and stories. What could have been a logistical nightmare turned into a career-defining moment, proving that serendipity thrives in disruption. And that's the point. People who seem lucky don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. They stay alert to possibilities, even in unlikely circumstances. Ruth Wakefield didn't invent chocolate chip cookies because she planned it. She ran out of chocolate, improvised with chips, and created a dessert that changed the world. The same goes for Kenya's M-Pesa, the mobile payment system that revolutionized banking in areas with limited infrastructure. These weren't just random events. They were the result of curiosity, flexibility, and action. Luck isn't just a twist of fate, it's a way of life. By staying curious, embracing the unexpected, and daring to act, you can transform chance into opportunity. So, here's your challenge. Take one step today to spark your own serendipity. Reach out, explore, or say yes to something new. If this resonated with you, like, subscribe, and share your story in the comments. Remember, you don't wait for luck, you create it. Stay bold, stay open, and let serendipity lead the way.